Yeah, I definitely need to update that video because it says every Sunday at 4 p.m. and it's obviously Thursday at 8. Well, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, The Saint, and this is The Wrestling Wire. So, I hope everybody out there is doing pretty good. It's been a week, it's been a week. Last week we had a lot of talk. We were talking about Bray and Terry and how much they meant. And, it came out that Bray actually suffered a heart attack that morning that he passed away. Heart attack at 36 years of age. I, it happens. It really does. The other kicker is this. They brought up that he had COVID earlier in the year. Now, don't quote me on this. I wonder if he had the vaccination. That's the correct terminology. Is the vaccine? Um, and the reason I bring that up is because, well, I could tell you that after I had the part two of the vaccine, uh, I experienced some chest pains about 20 minutes later that lasted for about 15, 20 minutes. I don't know, while I was driving. Um, and I know there's been other people that have ended up in the hospital after receiving their vaccine with heart issues, up to and including some local competitors. I'm not going to name any names, but I mean, y'all probably know who they are, and most of them know who they are. Anyway, it's so that's crazy. I wonder if if the vaccine was in his system and he had COVID, and if one had made like if his heart had gotten weakened because of if there was any issues with that, who knows? Because there was a lot of times in the last couple of years where old boy won on TV when it came to Bray Wyatt. So I mean, it's possible, but we don't know anything about it. We don't know much about it. Anyway, uh, we got somebody in the crowd. What is up, James Overman? How you doing, man? Um, so just yeah, I hope that's not what happened. It's unfortunate what happened anyway. Like I said, Godspeed to him. God's best wishes to his family, friends. Our condolences are with him. But either way, it's been some crazy shit in the last, 7 days since we were last here, right? So obviously we had Friday Night SmackDown, and they did their tribute with Bray. I didn't even watch it real time. I went to Charlotte and hung out at XWW. Uh, they put on an awesome show. I was unable to do the ring announcing. As you can hear, I sound a lot better than I did last week. The reality of it was, I had surgery a month ago, uh, or no, earlier in August, and I had four wisdom teeth removed. Now, when they removed this one here, they damaged the sinus membrane up here, and I had blood running down my throat, out my nose, all kinds of shit. Anyway, that kept me from being able to ring announce. I sounded like trash. Um, I've still got some drainage going from it. The doctor said 6 or 8 weeks or 3 months or some shit. He kept changing the number every time he talk again. Uh, they told me, you can't smoke, you can't sneeze, and don't blow your nose for 6 weeks. And I'm like, well, I really cannot control the sneezing part of that conversation, but okay. Jamie Purge chimed in. What is up, dude? Wesley Flasky, what's up, man? Been a while for you, up there in old Norfolk, Virginia. Uh, man, I was doing some programming work in the Suffolk, Virginia area earlier today. Not that I was in Suffolk. I didn't leave South Carolina, but I was working on some things up there in Suffolk, or Suffolk, Suck fucks. It doesn't matter, whatever you call that area. It's yeah, over that way. I was doing some shit with it, but yeah, guys. Friday Night SmackDown. was really cool to see. I didn't watch Rampage or Collision. I did though catch about half of the All In. Yeah, AEW's All In show. I caught the second half of it because the first half I forgot was earlier in the day. So I was out doing those things. But hell, where did I catch Collision from? I actually got to go look at the or not Collision All In. I got to go look it up because the way it went for me was I watched I watched like half of that show. Man, look, yeah, well, see, Suffolk's about 20 minutes away. Right. Like I said, I wasn't there physically. I was there on the computer, dude. I was working on some of the maps for the region. Um, dude, I don't know anything about that area of Virginia. I've tried to forget a lot of Virginia. Um, the only parts of Virginia I remember are the ones where the cops like to hang out, so I don't get pulled over. That's how that goes. Um, so I missed Zero Hour, which was Hook and Jack Perry, and I also missed Cole and MJF versus Aussie Open, which Cole and MJF won that match against Aussie Open. Um, then you had, didn't they have? Let's see here. Of course, they put that on first, and that's cool. Pop, pop, pop. They had CM Punk and Samoa Joe. I completely missed that. I did go back and catch some of the highlights. Not a bad matchup. Um, Overall, I enjoyed the fact that the Pepsi that he did the Pepsi plunge. I liked the way that they conducted the match. It made it fit better because those two have had a lot of back and forth lately, and it just fit more for the way it was done this time around. I think their current feud's actually probably one of the better wrestling matches in that, when it comes to AEW's product. Um, Max Carnage chimed in. What is up, sir? How you doing? Uh, like I say, I missed the Young Bucks versus FTR. From what I gather, wasn't a bad matchup at all. I didn't even go back. I didn't go back and look at most of this stuff because I knew that there was going to be everybody and their brother talking about All In. Uh, and like I say, wasn't a bad show. As far as AEW pay per views go, it was probably the best one I've seen of theirs. I got no problem saying that. It was probably the best pay per view I've seen them put out. But when you get a bunch of these people online and these online personalities and people that say, "Oh, hey, it's the biggest wrestling show of all time." Nah, nah, it's not. It doesn't feel like it. I well, it might have felt like it was pretty big. It didn't look like it was as the biggest wrestling show of all time. That's the only way I can think to put it. It didn't. It didn't to me, at least. But what do I know, right? Yeah, I just watch every product. I don't just watch AEW and say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, or I don't just watch New Japan or whatever. I very infrequently watch New Japan. I watch Impact Wrestling more often than I watch New Japan. Impact has got some of the best shit on TV right now, but nobody gets to see it because they're on a shitty station. The NWA has great product out there as well. Nobody gets to see it because they don't have a TV deal. If you wanted me to tell you the answer, television deals are the way to go. If you can't have your own streaming service like some companies do, then you got to have a TV deal. But you got to have a streaming service that A, puts out enough content to be worth the money you're asking for, as well as it's got to be pretty decent content. It can't just be all shit. But, you know, once again, what do I know? Reno Royce, the champ, has chimed in. What is up? How you doing, man? Hope everything is well. I will see you Saturday, as a matter of fact. Man, look, I'm ready for Saturday. Can you not tell? Can you not tell that I am ready for Saturday? The summit, the summit. That is right. But Punk and Samoa Joe, from for my money, that was a fantastic wrestling match. I would say for my money, I didn't pay for the event. Um, you had Cassidy, Best Friends, Kingston, and Penta beating Mox or the BCC and Santana Ortiz. So the BCC plus some. Then you had the AW Women's Fatal 4-Way matchup here. Congrats to Soraya for winning in front of her hometown crowd. Um, didn't watch the match, but either way, good on you. It's one of those things. I think I came in right after that match was when I actually got to watching the show. Either way, AEW All In was, in my, like I said, my opinion, their best. Oh no, because I didn't see this match either. I didn't see Sting and Darby versus um, Swerve and Christian Cage. I didn't. Didn't get to catch that either. I did catch. This is where I came in. Jericho. I started with Jericho singing his way to the ring, so that was cool. That was an interesting way for them to do business. It worked out, and you can't go wrong. You had Ospreay defeat Jericho. Realistically, it's about time Jericho starts really putting those younger guys over instead of what he's been doing, in my estimation. And I'm not the only one who has this opinion on Jericho. It's great that he gets in the ring with the younger guys, but at the end of it, they don't come out any better for anything. It didn't come out any better for Ricky Starks or any of Jericho's last 3 to 5 feuds. The only one I can remember is Ricky Starks. Now, I know Jericho's been in feuds with about 3 people since then, but he was doing it 3 people or 5 people before Starks. Other than MJF, there ain't been nobody come out of a good Jericho. Ain't nobody come out high from a Jericho feud. None. Nobody came out any better than they were. And yeah, it's great that you have all this talent on the show. Any of them can wear a belt. Anybody, I hate to break it to you, anybody can wear a belt at any point in time. Do you want to know how I know? Because everybody can grab a belt. Everybody can be marketable. It's really not that hard. Having an it factor and being a marquee draw, that's fucking hard. Being somebody that they go, oh, we're going to write you in as the champion. That can happen to anybody. Get off your mother's couch in the basement and come out into the real world and realize anybody can be written into holding a title. There's nothing that makes anybody in that company any special than any other company that does professional wrestling around the world. Everybody's the wrestler, and everybody can do the same shit. The fucked up thing is, some people are better at it than others, and most of the time, the ones that are the best at it and the ones that can make the most money often do. That's just reality. That's just life, though. But once again, what do I know? I'm just a prick. Uh, Either way, so yeah, that match, Jericho and Ospreay, was cool. This, I can understand why people hate the, what's that, Bleacher Report. They got to watch. Don't people try to watch AEW from Bleacher Report, their website goes down every 5 seconds. I can understand exactly why. I haven't made it through this list after 5 times reloading the page because the page is a piece of shit. So I can understand why people hate trying to watch AEW on Bleacher Report because it's pretty fucking broken. Oh yeah, the trios match was fun. That was a good time. I agree to that. The scissor spot that they did with Billy Gunn or somebody dropping the leg on Julia Hart, and then somebody said, "All right," in the yam bag. That's dicked up, but it was hilarious. It was funny. It made me laugh, so it had to be kind of funny or messed up. Those are the only times I'm gonna laugh. It's either gotta be really funny or really fucked up. And other than that, I'm not laughing. Um, then you had the main event of the evening, Adam Cole and MJF. This matchup was actually pretty fun, and I do give it a lot of credit for being a solid match. My three favorite matches from the show: the trios, the World Championship, and the Real World Championship. You know, the Punk and Joe match, Adam Cole and MJF was actually a good time. The added drama with Roddy, by the time the night ended, I was fucking done with Roderick Strong and done with the whole thing. Like it's just, all right, we got it. You can go to back now. Come back out again. All right, we got it. Okay, we got it. Okay, we got. They just kept going with it. They just kept going with it. What is up, Cody Gibbs? How you doing, man? Well, happy birthday to you. Um, but like I say, those are my three favorite matches out of AEW's All In. I know they had Dynamite last night. Uh, AEW realistically has not been doing bad. Last night's show wasn't bad at all. I did watch that for the most part. Um I said for the most part because realistically I fell asleep. But I've been falling asleep on everything. Um it's called, being an adult and working for a living. But that's why we have DVR. So, yeah, I go back and watch the shit. Um Either way, man, professional wrestling right now is extremely hot. It's in one of the best places it's been market wise, and everybody's trying to get in on it. And hell yeah, good on you. I hope people out there can make more money at it and make money off of this. It's a great thing. The way that we word this is a rising tide raises all ships. So if you ain't got a boat in the fucking water when the tide rises, then you're not gonna make no more money. That's what that statement means. However, if you do have a boat in the water, damn it. However, if you do have a boat in the water, and if you do have, the ability to watch and enjoy and participate, whether it be promoting or going to live events, or being in the building, being in the company, being in the back, doing whatever. If you got a chance to be involved, you're going to ride that wave with everybody else. And professional wrestling is a great time for anybody that doesn't know it. Anybody that doesn't have a chance to be there, doesn't have a chance to go check it out. Man, look, you ain't got to always spend $50 or $100 to go check out AEW WWE. You can go to the indie shows. The indie shows are going to cost you $10 on average. A lot of shows are free. Catch some of these brewery shows, you get to go in for free. Um, some of your more expensive shows could be 15, could be 20, could be $25. I've seen some indie shows at $30. Surprised as hell when they when they make money. For $30, you can't be advertising the same people that I could see within 50 miles for free or $10 every other weekend. That's where people get confused, in my opinion. what you see some companies like to say that they're revolutionary or they're this echelon of talent. That's the same people that I can go see for free at the bar, or I can pay $10 to see them within an hour of that location. I am sorry, that's not worth 20 or $30. It ain't happening. There's nothing special there. There's no reason to pay that amount of money. It's not even the combination of who you got in the ring that would make that viable. It's not even the location of where you are that would make that price tag viable. The reality is good products, good talent, good promotion. At $10 a head, most companies make it. They make it or they break even. Down here at least. I will go ahead and say that. They either make it or they break even. Checking in on some folks down there in Florida that had to deal with that hurricane. You know, that's been another thing. This whole week's been kind of goofy because of that. I felt like a whole bunch of people were really concerned. If that storm had a cut straight across Florida, the damage would have been really, really intense in that area. But instead, it drug out across hundreds of miles up the damn coast and tore ass up from freaking North Carolina down to damn Florida in a diagonal line. It looks like hell. But, you know, people in my industry, we don't call the Weather Channel the Weather Channel. We call the Weather Channel the Money Channel because that normally means overtime's coming. Whenever there's epic storms or shit shows going on, that's what we get to deal with. We get to deal with making money. So, but either way, you know, going back to Monday Night Raw, man, Monday Night Raw was fantastic. Damian Priest and Sami Zayn put on a fucking clinic. That was nonstop from front to back. I thought it was great. JD McDonough got involved. That I like how Priest dropped him on his ass still, but it's one of those things. Are they going to? How are they going to move with this? Are they going to give us McDonough versus Balor? Are we going to continue? Are we going to get something good out of this? Because JD McDonough is a fantastic wrestler. I love watching JD McDonough. I did when I did when he had the his old name as well, right? Because they done changed his name, didn't they? Freaking weird. Jordan Devlin. Yeah, he was Jordan Devlin, and then now he's JD McDonough. Why the name change? I don't know. Make it make sense. The Miz coming out and mocking LA Knight was hilarious. That whole segment reminded me of The Rock making fun of Stone Cold because that's essentially what it felt like he was doing. He was doing the same shtick, but it looked and sounded just like The Rock making fun of Stone Cold to me. Um, I thought it was hilarious. Uh, the Viking Raiders defeated the New Day. Unfortunately, looks like there was a cervical injury to Xavier Woods. Now we don't know if that's legit or if that's in the story. I got a feeling that that's going to be the thing that causes Drew McIntyre to be a heel. You see that? I'm leaning right there. I think Drew McIntyre going heel is going to be the direction for him, and I'll tell you why. Eh, He needs a change, man. He's stale as a baby face. So if he goes in as a heel, because you see him going up against Seth Rollins right now. Seth Rollins is kind of hot, he's kind of on that baby side. So I really do feel Drew McIntyre as a heel could be the way to go for him for right now. Um, are we going to see Gunther lose this belt right before breaking the record for the Honky Tonk Man? Let's call a spade here. The Honky Tonk Man, not a bad wrestler. Not a bad wrestler at all. Gunther's a fantastic wrestler. Okay? Gunther's an amazing professional wrestler. I think Gunther needs to beat that record. I think that Gunther should beat that record. So therefore, I really do believe Gable's going to lose. And I don't mean like lose barely. I mean, I think he's going to lose decisively this coming week. But that's my opinion. I think that Gunther should beat the record. So therefore, I think Gunther should beat Gable and beat him pretty well handedly. But in this week, Chad Gable did defeat Ludwig Kaiser. Awesome, yet again, awesome match. These guys have been fantastic. Shinsuke Nakamura got a sneak attack on Seth freaking Rollins. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Bronson Reed. Thank you. This is what we need to see. We need to see Tommaso Ciampa getting built back up on his way. If they're not going to do it yourself. If they are going to pull DIY from the ashes and have them rise again like the Phoenix that we know and love and they should be, then what are they going to do with Tommaso Ciampa? Because you got to do something huge with him. Right now, I don't see him and Johnny Gargano going up against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't see that working. It's got to be. It's going to have to be the next heel tag team, going up against DIY if that even occurs. Right now, there's no place, in my opinion, there's no place for DIY in that tag team division because you have a babyface team on top. You've got one heel team right now, two heel teams, one. Because you got a heel faction. You got a heel faction in, Imperium. Then you got a heel tag team in the Viking Raiders. Other than that, what else you got? You ain't got shit. You got a bunch of babyface tag teams. And that's all you got. You got Drew and Riddle, which is a fucking question anyway of why. I didn't like the pairing to begin with. I'm like I say, I'm looking for this to be heel turn for Drew. He beats the shit out of Riddle, and Riddle goes out for a little bit, like just kind of goes on a losing streak, and then he comes back in the mid card somewhere. Fine, and that pushes Drew into the main event picture. For right now, let's just say that's where both of them belong. Okay, let's just say that that's where both of those guys belong. Drew in the main event, Riddle in the mid card. Let's go with that, right? You ain't got shit else for heel tag teams right now. So therefore, bringing back DIY, you aren't going to turn Johnny Gargano heel. Too many people love his ass. Too many people. People didn't even want to boo him when he was in the way. It damn near didn't work. Realistically, when he was in the way, I feel like DIY needs a good heel tag team to go against, and right now there isn't one in WWE. There isn't anybody out there for them to make sense with, because the Viking Raiders won't make sense at all because they're in a feud with the New Day and this Drew Riddle shit. It's just a weird spot. Raquel Rodriguez knocked out Rhea Ripley, knocked her out of the ring during a brawl. And you had Becky Lynch defeating Zoe Starks in a Falls Count Anywhere match. At the end, Becky holding up that Bray armband, and she was very emotional. Um, Unreal, just unreal moments right there. Monday Night Raw was on spot, in my opinion. Um, the Creed brothers and the Dyad in the steel cage was fun. That was a fun matchup. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, you need to go back and check it out. It was good. But you had, yeah. See what I'm saying? Look, this is old age, and I don't work hard, so I can't blame it on hard work. It's just me getting old, and it's routine now. It's routine. That's what it is. What up, Dudley? How you doing, man? Um, but either way, Creed brothers versus Dyad. Creed brothers come out on top. Awesome match. And now they are reinstated in NXT. I think that whole storyline was kind of dumb. The reason they did that was to dispel the internet rumors of the guys from the Dyad wanting out of WWE and they're being granted their release and all that. No, they're professionals. They're going to work out the end of their contract, and if they don't go further or get signed into the main roster, they're going to run out the rest of their contract, maybe go to AEW, maybe go to a different company on the States, or they're just going to go back to England and make a boatload of money over there because they're both solid wrestlers, and they're not a bad tag team either. GYV, the Grizzled Young Veterans, were not a bad tag team. Butch defeated Charlie Dempsey. This I did not care for. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge Charlie Dempsey fan. I think the guy's a fantastic wrestler. So is Butch. Under different circumstances, I think this is a main event matchup anywhere you put it. In this case, with it being the Heritage Cup Invitational thing, I feel like it was a little convoluted because of that whole talking point. Plus, with having Supernova, whatever that little group is out there, the Four Nova or Nova Core or Nova 4, whatever it is, sitting up there in the crowd, it just took away from how good the match was. You know what I mean? The extra gaga took away from how good the actual match was in the ring. Because both those dudes are some of the upper echelon of professional wrestling when it comes to talent in the ring. Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez defeated Dana Brooke and Kalani Jordan. Didn't think it was possible. Really didn't think it was possible. I feel like Dana Brooke has gone backwards since going to NXT. I don't know what's missing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the glitch is in the matrix. I feel like she's going backwards. I don't feel like she's progressing at all, which is a shame because I was, a year ago, 18 months ago, whatever the case was, I was once saying, man, Dana Brooks right there, give her a spot, give her a shot at that title. Maybe a 6-week run, something silly, couple weeks, see how she does with it. Nah, they were way better off with everything else they've done other than that. Because I feel like she's regressing right now. Dijak defeated Eddie Thorpe. That matchup was badass. If you didn't get to watch it, go check out NXT on Peacock. You won't be disappointed. Joe Coffey and Nathan Frazier. Joe Coffey is, beyond a shadow of doubt, one of my favorite people that came from NXT UK and is still wrestling with the company now. I really did enjoy NXT UK. I really did. I thought it was a great show. It was different wrestlers, but it got me invested in people from over there. And it made me appreciate the value that they had for wrestling. Those fans were always ravenous. It was always good stuff. I'm a firm believer that NXT UK was money. This to me made little to no sense. Kiana James defeated Roxanne Perez, Gigi Dolan, and Blair Davenport in the number one contender spot. So she's going to go up against Tiffany Stratton. Okay, there's no way Tiffany Stratton's losing the strap to Kiana James. Makes zero sense to me. But it was what it was. It was a women's four-way. Those are normally kind of rough matches anyway. But overall, not a bad night for NXT. I turned around and watched Dynamite last night. Anybody else watch Dynamite last night? I did. Wasn't bad. What I saw of it, yet again, like I said, I fell asleep somewhere. It was somewhere in the later portions of the show. I fell asleep, but Dynamite wasn't bad. John Moxley defeated Commander. I'm not real sure who Commander is, but I mean, watching this dude trying to clothesline Mox, it just didn't. I get what they were trying to do, the little guy versus the big guy, and he's trying to chop him down. Moxley just choked him out and beat him. New Japan Strong Openweight Championship match. Eddie Kingston defeated Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli comes out and like completely does not look at him the entire way around the ring to go check on Yuta at the end. You know what's coming with this. We all know what's coming with this. Eddie Kingston's gonna beat Wheeler Yuta, or gonna beat Claudio for the Ring of Honor World Title eventually. What's that, Dudley? Guess what? What? Saturday's your last show. 2 more days. Yeah, Saturday's your last show. Yep, 2 more days and you retire from wrestling. Yeah, I know. You're no longer going to be the doc in professional wrestling. I know, man. It's rough. Um, the whole the whole 3 years is, it's been a long 3 year career for you. I have no idea how long it's been. I'm being a smartass. Um, Trios matchup. Chris Stratlander, Britt Baker, and Hikaru Shida, Nyla Rose, Emi Sakamura, and Marina Shafir. It would have made absolutely no sense for anything else to happen other than the face team of Stratlander, Baker, and Shida winning this match. Everything else would not have made any sense. There's no way on God's green earth that Nyla Rose, who we haven't seen in forever, Emmy and Marina Shafir, who Marina Shafir was on NXT for a bit, wasn't looking too bad as a wrestler. Now at AEW, I'm not impressed at all with Marina Shafir. And I don't care that she's Roderick Strong's wife or whatever. If he ain't, there's got to be something better training wise that they can do for her, because what they're doing ain't it. Um, and I keep saying things, but then I think about some of these other people that I know watch this show, and they watch it just to hear what I say, so they can tell people what an idiot I am, and that's fine, good for them. I don't really give a shit. I am permitted to have an opinion. No different than Meltzer, no different than Keller, not Bob Keller, Wade Keller, by the way. I think the world of Bob Keller. Um, and because Bob Keller trained John Schuyler. Bob Keller's a great guy. Um, and if you don't know who John Schuyler is, you're fucking sleeping under a rock. But we're all permitted to have opinions about professional wrestling. I don't make the assumption or pretend that I can do the shit that these men and women can do in the ring. However, with watching this shit for nearly 40 fucking years, which is as old as I am, nearly 40, I can say whatever I damn well want and please, as it's my opinion. That's the cost of doing business, having opinions. Well, guess what? My opinion, she's the drizzling shits and she needs to do better with training. Roderick Strong is a fantastic wrestler. Under no fucking way, shape, or form should she not be able to perform on a higher level if she was training with him. Case in point, if you're a pool player and Dr. Tom, which go look up Dr. Tom in billiards and you'll understand this statement, and you play with Dr. Tom in pool, you're going to learn and develop things and get a lot better. So, therefore, if you are a professional wrestler and constantly around a professional wrestler or constantly within professional, shouldn't you get better and not regress? Just a fucking opinion. Just an opinion. Just a thought. I know. It's logic. Logic and professional wrestling shouldn't go together. Damn it. What kind of sense does that make? Um, but yeah, the new trios titles were badass. They got scissors on the back. That's pretty funny. That was cool. Then you had the main event, which is Orange Cassidy and Penta. Now, Orange Cassidy got the win here after a weird series of Panama Sunrises. Is that what that was, or was it Canadian Destroyers? I don't know. They're let's see. They went back and forth. I don't know. I thought it was back and forth that they went with these weird ass. They went back and forth with sunsets or Panama sunrises or some whatever that move is. Yeah, those things. That's what it looked like to me. Was they went back and forth with that and weird sequence, right? Weird sequence to me because I can see you getting up and falling over. I can't see you getting up, running the ropes and kicking somebody and then falling afterwards. It's don't make no sense. There's that's like doing a stunner to somebody and then they're not done yet. I gotta go to the top rope. The fuck you need to go to a top rope before you just hit them with a stunner? You're making moves look like shit. You're making moves not look like they should get a win ever by doing this. The DDT, man, the DDT now, you don't see nobody using the DDT as a finisher. They have to do something special to make it a finisher now. Eventually, you're going to have guys carrying guns to the ring and be like, all right, it's time for the finisher. That's what's going to happen. Absolute stupidity. They're going to have a fake bullet, fake blood, and everything else to make it look like, oh, I finally secured the victory. I did enough damage to win. And you'll have him freaking like frog kick out like damn John Bernthal did in the Punisher like this and shit and wake up and then now the match ain't over yet. How far can you let it go? You're gonna have to decapitate somebody to win. Okay, I get it. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what wrestling needs to get back to, keeping things simple. But, fuck do I know? I'm just a podcast asshole. That's what everybody keeps telling you. Anyway, guys, look, coming up this week, last weekend, like I say, we were at XWW, fantastic show. My daughter and I went and hung out in the crowd. Bunch of people, were like, "Hey, man, why aren't you announcing tonight?" And I kind of let them know my throat was bad, and I can't do anything with it. My voice was out. But this weekend we'll be back in action because it is time for the Parade of Champions. This is going to be a good time. I cannot wait. We're going to have a lot of good matchups and a lot of serious talent in the building for this. Now, here's the kicker. Ladies and gentlemen, the United Tag Team Champions will be crowned. There's already tag team champions for Pro Wrestling Union. Yes, those belts will be retired and these belts will be issued. Same thing goes with the United Heavyweight Champion. The way this is going to work is the champions that walk out of this Saturday show at Pro Wrestling Union will be able to defend those titles anywhere they go. The champions that leave with those belts will be able to defend those belts at any promotion they work at. That's big. That's huge. This show has actually been postponed. It's no longer September the 9th. That is UPW's Uncensored. I believe it's now been scheduled for October the 7th. Don't quote me. Waiting on David to get back. When David comes back, he'll have the new posters for that one, as a matter of fact. Takeover returns. That'll be September 23rd. Man, I am actually short some posters. I apologize, guys. I just realized that I am short. I know exactly which poster I'm short on. I got to go get that Joker. Hang tight just 1 minute. I'm going to get you this poster. Well, there's two posters I'm short then. I need this one. Oh, we're going to go grab the other one. Hold on. I know. So there it is. Right here. All right. So drop these. I love being able to do this kind of quick while I've got everybody on air and we're kind of hanging out and shit. I can just grab posters and drop them for y'all. So it's pretty fun. Now don't forget XWW also has Total Carnage coming up. There is starts at 4 p.m. This is a live internet pay-per-view. This will be in Matthews, North Carolina. Free admission at the Carolina Beer Temple in Matthews, North Carolina. It's right outside of Charlotte. So be sure you're tuning in. We'll have some more information on that one as we get closer. Same goes with Takeover. We'll have more. I'm actually talking with CPW brass this weekend because we're supposed to be talking about what they want done. I believe they wanted to talk about a coverage package for CPW Takeover as we get closer to it. But remember, the NWA's AJ Kazana and GZW's Curtis Coleman will also be there. That is going to be at CPW Takeover. It's going to be an awesome show. As well, Intense Action Wrestling Run It Back will be coming back. I believe that is also September the 23rd. So be sure you check them out. We've got Shop with a Cop, number 3 happening. That's October the 7th, Jackson County Rescue Squad in Sylva, North Carolina. So be sure you're there for that. That's going to be a good time. I will be there. We will have more on that show as we get closer to it. Super Clash coming up on the 21st of October. Once again, oh, look at this. The Real Drago and Curtis Coleman both signed on for this one here. And King Enterprises International will be in the house as well. So, guys, once again, we do have. Oh, shit. I missed another show. This is what happens. Absolutely what happens. Blood, Sweat, and Tears 4. This is coming up on the 29th of September. This is at Lenny Boy Brewing, it's XWW. Right now, this is one of the matches that they've got advertised for this show. You've got Whiskey Business challenging Cam Jackson and Jordan Holt. The XWW tag team titles will be on the line. Once again, our new show, The Legends of Wrestling, Our Link to the Past, will be dropping sometime in the month of September. Once again, waiting on David. Got to figure out when we're gonna lock this one in. Uh, but guys, you've seen it, you've heard it all, you've checked out the show. Thank you. I appreciate all of you for being here. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night again tonight. So if you have anything you want to add, you be sure you send it to us and we'll start talking to you about it and we'll let everybody know as well. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful night. I'll see you at the Indies real soon. Thus proclaimed.